Hi, welcome to the Peaceful Home. Today we're doing a one box decluttering challenge. I'm going to show you how to grab a box, fill it up, send it to the donation center to free yourself of clutter. If you're new here, I'm TeresaElling. I'm a professional organizer, a parenting coach, wife and homeschool mom to 6 graduated kids, and currently we have 7 grandchildren and 1 more on the way. We talk about all things home and family on this channel, and today is a decluttering challenge. I did a one box challenge last year. I'll link that video below, as well as the decluttering videos, especially the 1,000 item challenge. I got rid of over 1,000 items from my home and garage. And now that it's a new year, we're starting all over. We just live in an age of excess. And even if you don't buy much or you thrift a lot like I do, people give you things and somehow stuff just multiplies in our homes. We have to be vigilant. We have to be always on it to be going through, or it just piles and piles and piles, takes over our lives. I would say that is probably the #1 contributor to feeling overwhelmed. I guarantee you're going to get some tips on ways to declutter, ways to begin thinking differently about your items. I don't have like 5 tips or 10 things you can declutter right now, but I know that just going through my box is going to give you a little bit of insight. So starting with a little bit of Christmas declutter, most of you know that I did not decorate for Christmas this year, which was very interesting. I still have my same winter decor up, but there were a few things that I had to shift and move. And this is a tree that is not one of my favorites. And because I'm trying to simplify, it was an easy decision to have this one go away. Also getting rid of this basket. I've had this for years. It does have a hole in it, but it would be so perfect for toys or clothes, or even holding decluttering things that need to be donated downstairs. But what I found was that this was just one extra basket. Just because I could possibly use this somewhere else, I cannot keep this. It's huge. So it needs to find a new home. Here is a Christmas pillow. Absolutely nothing wrong with it, but I have not pulled it out the last few years. And I think that is a big clue. When you realize, hey, I never wear this. I never pull this out when I decorate for fall or whatever. Don't hang on to it, just let it go. Here are a couple more Christmas pillow covers that I have not been using. Now, this is an interesting piece. I thrifted this a long time ago, and my idea was that I would open it up, kind of like an accordion, and I would put books or magazines in it and have it in my office. Well, I did change my office to this tiny little landing. There is not much space here. I tried putting it on this table right behind me, but it took up the whole thing and would not hold very many books. So as much as I love this very original idea for book storage, it isn't practical for me. I've hung on to it for probably 3 years, hoping to find a way to use it, and I haven't. And simplifying my life is more important to me than hanging on to this. I wasn't intentionally going through my closet, but from day to day, whenever I find something that, just got laundered and I say, you know what, I'm really kind of over that, or this really doesn't fit nicely, or I notice in my closet, gosh, I just never grab this item. I just take those things right away and put them in my donate box. I recently decluttered my coffee bar, and we found all kinds of things like the milk frother box, which, if you're going to open something and you might possibly return it, you could hang on to the box, maybe for a month. Most places have a return policy that's limited, and after a certain amount of time, you're not going to return it, or it's going to be past a return window. So don't hang on to these things. We also found a bunch of other, like tea, but no one threw it away. Someone took the last of the tea, but left the box in there. So this is trash. This is all getting trashed. Coffee that expired, or coffee that no one drinks anymore. We pulled all that stuff out. Those will go to the trash. Here's a mug that I love, but it has a little chip on it. And really, it's not like I only have 2 Christmas mugs. I have plenty. So I don't need to keep one that has a chip if there's any chance that someone could cut their lip on it. So that's going in the trash as well. Should you declutter things you love? Well, I love this. I love all things related to afternoon tea. And I don't know when these were first made, but you see them around at thrift stores and they're so clever. A 3-tiered stand that is perfect for afternoon tea because you've got a spot for tea sandwiches, scones, and dessert, but I've never used it. All the years that I've had it, I thought it was just so unique. It's vintage, but I haven't used it. And although it takes very little space, which that would be another requirement if I were to hang on to it, I just decided I have so many dishes that I can use for tea that I don't need this. Again, it hurts just a little bit because donating this is saying I will never use this. Not even an opportunity. And down the road, there might be a time when I think, oh, I wish I had that little 3-tiered stand. But again, my freedom, my peace of mind in getting rid of clutter is more important than one thing that I certainly can live without. Now here's something I took out of the toy closet. This is from Australia, and of course it's used as a musical instrument. I just thought the kids would have so much fun playing with this, making music with it. One thing that I've realized is that I'm still holding on to toys as if I were a homeschooling mom, and I'm not. I'm a grandma. My kids come here limited time. They don't live with me 24/7, except for 2 of my grandkids, but they have their own toys. And I'm holding on to a lot of things that when my grandkids are here for a weekend, we're not going to be using things like this. We're usually out adventuring on the property, and so I just decided this can go away. But this really gave me some key insight into my shopping, what kind of toys I'm keeping. We're definitely spending more time playing games than needing to occupy a child for hours, day after day after day. That's not the season I'm in right now. This is a map of all of the counties along the Sierra Nevadas. And I was planning on putting this up in the Airbnb. And I finally got it framed. I went to Hobby Lobby, picked a very simple frame that worked with the colors of the woods I have in there. And the bottom line is I really don't have a place to put it. And I don't want it cluttering up the walls in there. I have everything the way I want it. And so I just decided I'm going to donate it. Now this is hard because I bought the frame specifically for this. So part of me is like, well, I could take this out. I could use the frame for something else. But really, this isn't the type of frame that I'm using in my home. So again, do I let it take up space in my closet, hoping that someday I might use it, and feeling bad because I paid for this frame? But the truth is, hanging on to this doesn't get me my money back. The money is gone and spent, and so I might as well release this. Plus, it's actually a really cool map, and so I hope someone else will benefit from it. Okay, I'm sure everybody has a toy like this. Again, great intentions. These are all sticks and balls that are interchangeable that you use to build a frame, to build a tunnel or a fort. And actually, this would be a really great thing for the grandkids. That's the kind of stuff we do, is build forts and have movie nights. But this set is rather cheap. It's not well built. And we have to build a really small structure in order to have it not collapse. And I just found it wasn't worth it. Honestly, pulling over chairs and using books and getting the sheets out just worked much better than this. So I'm going to donate it. This is a really nice Yeti. And you know, the temptation here is this was expensive, but it was actually left behind in my husband's classroom for over a year. And so he brought it home, but we don't use it. So it doesn't matter how much something costs, how much something is worth. if it's not being used in your home, it's taking up valuable space. So I'm so excited that somebody is going to get to go thrifting and buy this. Oh, here's one of my plants that died. And you know, my rule with plants, like if I can't keep you alive, you are done, and I probably won't get that kind again. I also realized I don't really need this container. I have plenty in my potting bench, and so I'm going to dump out the soil and donate that container. This is a sponge from my craft closet, and it's used for a particular type of paint, and it's a technique to put it on with the sponge, and I did not like the technique. So again, do you hang on to these things? What if later I change my mind and I want to try it again? I doubt I will, really. And if I do, I can go buy a $3 sponge, a $5 sponge. I would much rather take that chance than hang on to all of these little things that I might need someday. So this is going. Here is a card game, which is a great game. But we were taught to play this with regular cards. We always have. So we actually never use this. We just use regular decks of cards. So that can go. This is an interesting category. Perfectly good things that are a part of something else, part of a set. And this is where I hear people say, yeah, but that goes with this. I can't let part of it go. This is a little scrubber scraper that snaps on to my mop. And you know, if there's something stuck on the floor, you can pop this off, but I never use it. And it pops off sometimes and gets annoying. But a lot of times we say, well, but this came with that, and so we can't possibly, you know what? This is my mop. I can do whatever I want with it. And even if I donate the mop down the road, it's not going to have this attached to it. But that's okay. This is my life, my home, and I'm not using this, and I don't want it in my way anymore. This is a puzzle, Norman Rockwell, and we did this over Christmas with the grandsons and my son-in-law, and we had so much fun doing it, but it is very rare that we will do a puzzle a second time. And I always pick up puzzles in the thrift store. They're so inexpensive, so it's really easy just to donate this back, pick up another one the next time I find one. Well, that's everything in my box. I really encourage you, grab one bag or box, go around the house and grab anything that can go, whether it's trash or something that can be donated to a worthy cause. I hope you are all well, and I thank you for watching. Thanks for joining me today on The Peaceful Home. Have a wonderful day.